In a big win for adoption advocates, the House Ways and Means Committee voted to preserve the child adoption tax credit in their Tax Cuts and Jobs Act that now heads to the House floor for a final vote.
This is good news. Yes, it's $355 million last year, for which we have numbers for, but that's $355 million well spent.
The Senate tax plan unveiled Thursday also protects the adoption credit and other popular deductions like charitable contribution, medical expenses, and graduate school. Senators Marco Rubio and Mike Lee, however, are disappointed to see the child tax credit not expanded to $2,000. Many Americans will wonder, does the tax plan actually keep more money in their pockets? Senator Tim Scott says yes.
At the end of the day, what we're doing first is making sure that the hardworking American gets to keep more of her money, and number two, that we continue to empower this economy to create jobs of the future today here at home, and the good news is we've accomplished both.
A key difference in the Senate bill is that it calls for a one-year delay in the corporate tax cut, which they hope to make permanent. Scott tells CBN News details of the delay are a work in progress.
The reality of it is that the expensing and the parts of our bill that will allow for us to spur economic growth will happen immediately. There is some tug of war still happening on the corporate tax rate, but we're going to have that ironed out here in a couple days.
Unlike the House plan, the Senate bill retains 7 tax brackets: 10, 12, 22.5%, 25%, 32.5%, and 35%, with the highest tax bracket slightly lowered to 38.5%. It also eliminates the entire deduction for state and local taxes that affects high-tax states like New York and New Jersey. Senate Democrat Dick Durbin says he's concerned this bill just gives tax breaks to the wealthy and thinks any changes to the corporate tax rate should help smaller corporations and reward those that have stayed in America and not moved overseas.
Here's the good news for the big corporations: they don't need our help. Many of them are paying almost no federal taxes, federal corporate income taxes. But it seems in my state and other places, the small and medium-sized companies that really create the jobs pay a higher tax rate. That's not fair. I'll work with Republicans to change that.
He's also concerned Republicans are rushing the bill through.
It's coming together so quickly, nobody's had a chance to carefully study it. You know, if you're going to change the entire tax code, for goodness sakes, take the time to have a hearing, bring in witnesses, consider amendments. That's not being done.
Senators on both sides of the aisle will be able to offer amendments as the bill heads to committee for markup. Tax reform continues to move forward, with both chambers expected to vote on their version of the tax plan by the end of next week. Reporting from Capitol Hill, Abigail Robertson, CBN News.